What's up, guys? Potbelly Pigs for Life here, and today we're back with another episode of Conservation Carnival in Planet Zoo. Alright, so kicking things off, if you guys remember last episode, we got started on the drive-through safari section of the zoo. So we started by adding, a little bit of a guest area for, guests to take a pit stop, get a souvenir, get a bite to eat, use the toilet. We added in an enclosure for the Gemsbok, who have since been having lots of babies. We've also added in this really nice looking staff area. Oh boy, okay, let's pause that for now. We got this nice looking staff area right over here. We've got our staff hard at work, and we've also got this mixed enclosure for some saigas, which you can see over here, have also been having some babies. Where's the baby? Baby saigas! These guys probably have the cutest babies in the game. We got the Chevalsky's horse. Have you guys had offspring yet? No. Okay. And we have the Bactrian camel. And these guys I don't think have had offspring just yet. Yeah, no, so far only the saigas have been having babies. Alright, yes, I know, that's important. So, anyways, if you guys remember last video, I know I said that we were going to finish the drive-through safari, but we're gonna have a slight change of plans. I promise we're gonna do that next episode. This episode, we're going to be updating the petting zoo because, as you guys all know, recently Frontier has released the Barnyard Animal Pack. So, yeah, they added 7 new species that can commonly be found in farms and petting zoos, which is why we're going to be updating the petting zoo. So, if you guys see, I did a little bit of work off camera as I have expanded the fallow deer and mute swan enclosure. So now, I realize that when the fallow deer were by themselves, the enclosure seemed large enough, but when we added in the mute swans and when we had to build this massive pond, the enclosure felt a lot smaller for the fallow deer. So because of that, I definitely wanted to expand the enclosure. So what I did, as you can see, the foliage that was by the barn, I decided to move right over to this corner of the exhibit, and I also decided to create a new pond. So what I'm going to do is, once we expand the enclosure, I'm going to make the pond a little bit larger, so that way it's more suitable for the swans. And as you can see, I decided to add in this forage pool for the swans, and we're going to hide the forage pool using some rocks and some cattails. So then also one thing I want to do is to keep the mute swans near the pond. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put all of their enrichment near the pond. And originally I was gonna keep it just the fallow deer and the mute swans, but I decided that I'm gonna add in 2 of the newer species from the Barnyard Animal Pack. Also, let's take care of that. So the animals we're gonna add into this enclosure are going to be the Tamworth Pig and the Sussex Chicken. So the Tamworth Pig has interspecies bonus with the fallow deer, and although the Sussex Chicken doesn't have interspecies bonus with the other animals, again, they do have interspecies bonus with the Tamworth Pig. But also, because the Sussex Chicken is considered a fowl, they have a lot of the same enrichment as the mute swan. So because of that, we're able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, if you pardon the pun. So then one other thing we're going to do is we're going to put the alpaca in with the giant South American enclosure. So we're going to put them with all the South American animals. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make a couple little tweaks to the enclosure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this foliage closer to the climbing frames that we have for the captions. And what I'm going to do is right over here, I'm going to add in a little bit of a rocky outcrop because both the llamas and the alpacas are from the Andes Mountains, and because that they're used to living in a lot of highlands. So because that, I want to add in some rocks that they can climb on. And then pretty much what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make another enclosure for the rest of the animals: the Hill Radnor Sheep, the Alpine Goat, the American Standard Donkey, and the Highland Cattle. So that's the plan for the animals. One thing I also want to do is I want to add in a bunch of these. So I'm gonna add in the hand washing stations at all of the enclosures, even the ones where there aren't any species interactions, because, you know, we want to make this thing look realistic. And also I want to add in a lot of the new blueprints from the Barnyard Pack. So if we go into Content Pack, we go to Barnyard Pack, let's see, this rustic padded gate looks really cool. I've got a couple plans for those involving the Sussex Chickens. This pile of hay I really like. The garden collection. Ooh, and the market. Oh my gosh, I actually love the market. And you've got eggs. Oh my, hang on. Ooh, yes, we got chicken eggs. Oh my gosh, I actually really like that. What else? We got some more, like, crops and stuff. Ooh, we got some larger eggs. Maybe, who knows? Maybe the emus laid it? I don't know. So now one thing I also might do is, on barn. Let's see, we added in, so let's see, we got this barn house. Let's see. I know there are new rock wall pieces. Stone. Where are the stone walls? Oh yeah, there's the coops. Let's see, there's this thing, which I really like. Okay, so I see what you have to do. So basically, there is no wall piece. What you have to do is you have to separate the wall. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. So, let's see, what do we have for construction? Let's go to props. Let's go to Barnyard Pack. What do we got here? Ooh, we got all sorts of barrels. We got crates. We got buckets. We got planters. Maybe I'll plant some, like, corn plants. Maybe I'll... Ooh, water pump. And a tank, or like a water tower. The hay bales. There's the wind pump. Let's see. So yeah, maybe we could put like some tomatoes and other crops. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna probably get rid of a lot of these azaleas. Like, we're probably not gonna get rid of all of them, but we're definitely gonna get rid of a lot of them. And we're going to put a lot of these new decorations there. So what I think I'm gonna do is, I think that the majority of this video is gonna be a time lapse. So what I'm gonna do is, what I'm thinking of doing is, I'm thinking for this enclosure, I'm just gonna do this enclosure really quickly. What I'm thinking I want to do is I want to split it into like areas, sort of. So let's see, we put that there. What I want to do is, you know, maybe one separate area, like in this corner for like just the chickens, ideally, to go. Let's expand this pond really quick. There we go, that seems like a reasonable sized pond. We've got this, still is accessible. We've got this smaller pond that is like closer to the pond. That way, you know, all the mute swans can stay a little bit closer to the pond. We'll probably move this somewhere over. You know what? Let's move it like actually, that's something we'll do really quickly, is let's take this, let's move it over here. And then, I'm thinking what we do is right along this wall, we add in a couple chicken coops. There we go. So the idea for this is that this can just be like somewhere where the chickens can go in and get privacy. So like, you know, it's a little separate area. Basically like, you know, the chickens would get closed in at night, something along those lines. So then, honestly, one thing I will do is I will sample, yeah, I will do that. There we go. So if we take a look at that, that is more than twice the size of this original pond. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to get rid of this pond. Like that, the fallow deer have a little bit more room. So then all of the swan enrichment will go over here. Alright guys, so now we are getting into the time-lapse section of the video. So pretty much the rest of the video is going to be a time-lapse. I mean, except for a little bit at the end where I show you guys exactly what I ended up doing with the petting zoo. So as you can see right now, I'm pretty much just moving all the stuff that was part of the previous pond over to the new, much larger pond. Unfortunately, I don't have any animal facts for you guys about the new animals from the Barnyard Pack, but I do know a video from another YouTuber, Atlas Pro, in which he made a video about where each domestic animal came from, so I'll make sure to link that video down in the description. And if you guys are interested in geography and biodiversity and history, then I definitely advise subscribing to his channel. Thinking about it, I do have one fact about the alpaca, because he never mentioned the alpaca in his video, but many people think that the wild ancestor of the alpaca is the vicuña, which is a smaller species of camelid, when in reality, the alpaca has the same wild ancestor as the llama, which is the guanaco. So pretty much the rest of the video is just going to be me working on the habitats and adding some farm decorations throughout the petting zoo. As you can see right here, the Sussex chickens are being added. This is honestly kind of close to home because my grandparents have chickens and they live really close by to my house. I've mentioned that in previous videos, but these guys have a very short lifespan for a habitat species, and they also have a very low age in which they mature. I believe it's 8 months, if I remember correctly, is when they mature and they can start breeding in game. So yeah, a lot of the footage I recorded ended up getting cut out of the video because a good majority of it was just zoo management stuff. So whether or not an animal had babies or an animal passed away, or I had to release a couple animals because they matured, or obviously having to buy all the new animals. One thing I definitely want to do that I was able to do was get a bunch of different color morphs for the animals, so I ended up getting quite a lot of the speckled Sussex chickens along with the standard white Sussex chicken. I was able to get a pretty good variety of alpacas, and I also was able to get a couple piebald American standard donkeys. I got a black Highland Cattle as well as a pale Highland Cattle, and I was also able to get a couple piebald Alpine Goats. I wish I could have gotten a couple other variants like leucistic or melanistic. But you know what? I'll keep checking the animal market to see if anything pops up with the variants that we don't have, because I would definitely like to get them in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for this chunk of the video. Once again, I do apologize for the lack of animal facts. I wasn't able to find anything too interesting about these animals, so because of that, I'll make sure to link the video made by Atlas Pro about where each of the domesticated animals originated. Also, I do apologize for the lack of uploads. I've been fairly busy over the past couple weeks, as I mentioned in my last video. Yeah, I've just had a bunch of homework assignments and AP exams, and I was also able to pick up a couple of extra shifts at work because I'm trying to save up for a certain school trip that I will be going on next year. And I've also been helping out my grandfather a lot lately with his garden, and especially his chickens, because he grew up in a very agricultural based family in Italy, where basically they had to grow all their own food. So yeah, because that's something that he does every single year, is grow a massive garden. So because that, I've also been helping him out. But yeah, this all essentially meant that I was going to have to put off making YouTube videos for the time being. On top of that, the next couple of weeks are also going to be pretty busy due to the whole end of school year, teachers want to tie up loose ends kind of deal. So because of that, I once again really do appreciate you guys being patient with my upload schedule. Hopefully, once we get past finals in a couple of weeks, my upload schedule should be a lot more consistent over the summer. In fact, hopefully I will be able to upload multiple times a week. However, I don't want to promise anything, because usually school vacations get a lot busier than initially anticipated. One last thing I of course want to mention is we are trying to get 100 subscribers before the end of 2024. So if you're enjoying this video so far, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel, because at the end of the day, all your support just means the world to me. And I especially really appreciate all of you who have subscribed within the past couple weeks, and I also really appreciate all the support I've gotten on my last video. Again, from the bottom of my heart, really does mean the world to me. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking now. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the time lapse, and I will see you at the end of the video. guys, so this is all we got done in this video. So yeah, as you can see from the look of the decorations, this all just looks so much more like a petting zoo than it did before. We've got all this like rustic barn stuff that really just looks so good in the petting zoo setting. Like, I know obviously we've got like a lot of the wild animals here, but we've also got like the mix between the domestics and the wild animals. So yeah, so a lot of the changes to the decorations that I did were over here with the massive field of corn, but also I added in a couple of hay bales, this water tower over here, or like water pump as it is called. We got this wind pump, and then over here in the new section is where I added in some more crops. I added in some nice rows of tomatoes. I added in, these are more tomatoes. I added in some sunflowers. These are the, like, produce stands. Got this lovely little area over here. Not entirely sure what this is meant to be. Maybe it's just like a utility shed. Who knows? But yeah, we've got all sorts of other really awesome decorations that definitely have a good place here in the petting zoo. So, yeah, let's unpause this and let's take a look at some of the habitats. So, this is the new and improved, fallow deer and mute swan enclosure. Obviously, the mute swans look so much happier in this pond, which is much larger. We've got the Tamworth Pig. In fact, I think there are a couple babies here. Baby piggies! Oh my gosh, they're so adorable. Look at them! Running about. Yeah, I think these guys were like just about to grow up, so yeah, it's good that we are getting some piggy action, because you guys pretty much know how much I love pigs from like literally what the channel is called. But yeah, so anyways, oh gosh, you see, this is why I had it paused. There's so much stuff going on. So yeah, once again, love how the pond came out. Like, it's a whole heck of a lot larger than the original pond, and I think that the mute swans will enjoy it a lot more. Oh my gosh, look at this chicken climbing the rocks. So yeah, we also have the Sussex Chickens in here. We've got, yeah, there's a bunch of them in here. This is the regular Sussex Chicken. Ooh, and here's the speckled one. I know it's pretty dark out, so it's kind of hard to see. Obviously, this area right over here, oh, here's one of the roosters. This area over here is, like, mainly for the chickens. The mute swans can come in here and use the enrichment as they see fit. But yeah, really love this, like, rock wall. Sort of, sections off the area for the chickens. Also, love the little meadow area that we've got going on. Yeah, I'm really happy that the fallow deers just have so much more space to run around. They can come in here, hide in the forest if they need to get away from guests. But then there's also this massive meadow that they can graze in. I want to see if I can find some baby chickens. And here is one of the little baby chickies! Oh my gosh, they're so adorable. What's funny is my grandfather actually got a couple younger chickens from a friend who couldn't take care of them anymore. They weren't like newborn babies, but they were like a good couple weeks old. A lot of them had like some adult plumage, but they're still not like fully matured yet. So yeah. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with how this habitat turned out. Honestly, it looks so much better than it did previously, because now there's just so much more room for all the animals to have their own separate areas. So, like, you know, the swans. Why is there a chicken in the pond? Alright, anyways, like I was saying, the swans have their own area with the pond and stuff. The chickens have their area with, like, this nice little, like, dirt patch. And then the pigs and the deer have this entire area. And, of course, the animals can, like, intermingle with each other, but they can also go to their separate areas if they so please. So yeah, now that the sun is rising, we can get a much better view of them. Here's the baby chickie! Look at him! Oh my gosh! Take a look at this thing and tell me that is not a dinosaur. Ooh, and we're about to get some baby Highland cattle! So yeah, so before we go check those guys out, let's just take a quick little walk through the South American enclosure. So we go in, and we've got the alpacas, and I think some of them have had babies. Is this a baby alpaca? It is a baby alpaca! We got two little baby alpacas. They've got this nice little, like, climbing thing that they can play on, because these guys live in the highlands of Peru, so I wanted to sort of replicate that. You're an alpaca. Do we have any baby llamas? I don't know. Oh my gosh, the little noises that they make. But yeah, no, we've got, like, a bunch of, various, we've got a bunch of various color variations. So yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I changed. Also, I did, move some of this foliage. So, if you guys remember, originally there used to be a giant mass of foliage right over here. Well, what I did was I got rid of it, and I added some more foliage right over here. So that way, the Colombian white-faced capuchin monkeys could have their area over here, which is, like, sort of tropical area with all the trees that they can climb and the climbing frames and whatnot. So then now, the big star of the show is the domestic animals. So right here we've got the goats and the Highland cattle just hanging out over here. We got the Hill Radnor Sheep. Honestly, these guys are probably my favorite species in the pack. I don't know, there's something I love about the Hill Radnor Sheep. Oh, and here's the guest interactions. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Oh, baby donkey! Oh my gosh, so adorable! Oh my gosh, my voice just cracked. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, look at it! Oh my gosh, so stinking adorable. Alright, so now we need to find a baby, baby Highland cattle. So yeah, they have all this stuff over here. This I think is the pale Highland cattle. Yeah. So we got the sheep. Oh, here's the ram. Anyways, here's one of the piebald goats. Let's see. What is one find baby cattle? Oh, here's the bull. Are you a baby Highland cattle? Are you a baby Highland cattle? Give me a second, guys. I need to find a baby Highland cattle. Here are the donkeys. I just love the way these guys look. You know, I'm really happy with the Barnyard Pack. Oh, here she is, little baby cow. Aren't you just the cutest little thing? Look at her! She's so adorable. Oh, and is that Mama? No, that's one of your aunts, or one of your one of I don't know how to put it, but one of your herd members. But yeah, so I'm really happy with how this all turned out. As you can see, I added in some rocks for the goats to climb. I added in this little hilly bit right over here with a nice oak tree atop. So yeah, so also I want to get a good look at some of the other alpaca variants. So those are llamas. Where's this one? Well, I really like this one with the gray fur and the white head. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Since when did we have an albino Colombian white-faced capuchin? Since when did we have that? That is so crazy. Since when did we have a completely white capuchin monkey? This is the completely white alpaca. Let's see what other variants we have. Here's the piebald taking a swim, because, I mean, it does get hot in these parts. Anything else? The standard brown one. Yeah, I want to say that's pretty much it. So yeah, so I'm gonna pause it for the time being. So yeah, we got quite a lot done this episode. So now, I know that this wasn't the original plan, but I promise next episode we will be finishing off the drive-through safari section with the American bison and the giant African safari enclosure. But yeah, I'm really proud of what we got done. Regardless of what the original plan was supposed to be, these are still some great new additions to Conservation Carnival, or, well, the petting zoo aspect of Conservation Carnival. So yeah, so not much else I have to add for this episode. Like I mentioned, we're going to finish the drive-through safari section next episode. So yeah, with that being said, that is going to wrap up today's video. Really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If so, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to see some more Planet Zoo and Jurassic World Evolution 2 content. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.